So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are finally back with the rebuild challenges, and today's video is going to be the two-team fantasy draft. Now, this is a challenge that I do throughout every cycle of 2K. Typically, I do it 2 to 3 times. This will be the second time through 2K24 that we're going to do it. It is very self-explanatory. It is very simple. Basically, the main goal of this one is to build 2 teams in a fantasy draft that are going to meet up in the NBA Finals. So I will randomly select one team from the East. I will randomly select one team from the West. We will go ahead and simulate the entire fantasy draft, and obviously we will then rebuild said teams with the end goal of hopefully getting these teams to meet up in the NBA Finals. And a couple quick things to go over before we do get into this rebuild challenge. I know it has been a while since we have done a challenge, so of course I am very excited to get back into some of these. You know, we're only 3 weeks away from 2K25. I know people love the challenges, so anything else you guys want to see, let me know down below in the comment section. And then finally, many of you may know this. I think it was the posted comment on yesterday's rebuild, but I currently, as you guys are seeing this, have a community post. You can also comment on Twitter, open, looking for your upcoming NBA hot takes for this upcoming NBA season. That's it. Just this upcoming season. Give me your hot takes. I'm going to make a video probably on Friday, maybe Monday, whatever it is going to be. I want to hear from you guys. I always love reacting to some of your comments. It's not a rebuild, but of course, it is something outside of the rebuild world while we are dying basically in the month of August right now, waiting for the new 2K. So just wanted to let you guys know that. I'm sure many of you are already aware, but if you have not commented anything already, either go to my community tab, DM me on Twitter, whatever it's going to be. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. So without further ado, man, let's get into this one. As you can see, we are about to load into the fantasy draft. Of course, as we mentioned, we're not actually going to be making any of the picks in the fantasy draft. Sometimes I make, the first 3. Sometimes I don't do any. I thought might as well. We're near the end of 2K. Let's make this one even a little bit harder. So 0 picks will be made by myself today. I will sim through the entire draft once we have our 2 teams selected. So of course, I don't want anybody to think I'm cheating or anything like that. So we'll start scrolling. As you can see, my eyeballs are closed right now. The first team we are going to get today, we'll stop right about now, is my Celtics. Okay, well that is our East team. Obviously, this is not going to be the roster that we had, even though I wish it really was. Celtics are going to be our first team, and then we are now going to scroll with the hopes of landing a Western Conference team, and we will just scroll until we do if we do not get one right now. 3, 2, and a 1. We end up with the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh my God. Basically, one of the most historic and biggest rivalries in all of basketball. All right, well, that is pretty cool. And we're going to end up with both these teams somehow randomly. So let's just sim through the draft, and I will see you guys with both these squads. Time to take a look at the 2 rosters we are going to be working with here today. Of course, these are going to be 3-year rebuilds. By year 3, I would like to have the Celtics and Lakers meet up in the finals, but it is certainly possible we get it done before that. So starting out here with the Celtics. Oh, baby. All right, let's go position by position. You got Jamal Murray here, 26 years old. I would very much like to continue with him as my point guard, probably for the entirety of today's video. Pushing a 90 overall, only 26 years old, already an NBA champion. Probably going to be my guy. All right, we got Mike Conley behind him. 36 years old, veteran player. He's somebody that will probably not be here the entire 3 years, but he's a really solid backup point guard option here for year 1. We got Jared Butler as kind of the third guy right here. Only 23 years old. Certainly could be a rotation piece if all things go according to plan. All right, man. Kyrie Irving back in a Celtics jersey. Did not think that that was going to be the case, but obviously the CPU had some different ideas, and they ended up drafting Kyrie, who is one of the most skilled players in all of basketball. So excited to have him here on this team. Hopefully he can lead the charge. Malik Beasley, really good 3-point shooter. Nice, rotation piece. Not a star or anything like that, but he is a nice guy to have. You got Svi Mykhailiuk, who is obviously an NBA champion now with my Boston Celtics. Small forward spot, we got Dylan Brooks, obviously a hard-nosed defensive player. One of the bigger, I'd say, villains in the NBA, if you will, which is crazy to think about because, Dylan Brooks he's a solid player. He's not any sort of star or anything like that. Amir Coffey, and then we got Chris Murray here as well. Power forward spot, you got Josh Hart and Santi Aldama, 2 very solid options. I like Josh Hart quite a bit. And then the center spot with Miles Turner, Nick Richards, and Billy Hernan-Gomez. I like it. All right, so that is the Celtics. That is what we were working with for Boston. Now we head over to the Western Conference with the Lakers, and here's a look at this group. So the point guard spot. Starting out with Kobe White here. 23 years old. Love the contract. Hopefully can ends up progressing a little bit. Sometimes when I have Kobe White in these rebuilds, he just doesn't progress at all. It's very weird. Oh my God. If there are Lakers and Celtics fans watching this one, I might have somehow found a way to piss off both fan bases like 3 minutes into this video, right? I have Kyrie on the Celtics. I have Russell Westbrook on the Lakers. Absolutely comical. So goddamn funny. You got Derrick Rose here as well, the shooting guard spot. A little bit weak. I don't have any problem with Karis LeVert. He's just not probably the guy I had in mind to lead the charge at my 2 guard. Got Eric Gordon here, Wendell Moore Jr. we moved to the small forward spot. You guys saw Paul George was the highest overall on this team. Excited to see what we can do with PG and hopefully get him a ring today. Gary Payton the second, the power forward spot, Mr. Draymond Green, Dario Saric, and then Rocco, and then rounding it out at the center spot, Bam Adebayo, who I am a very, very big fan of. Excited to build with him here today. Got Drummond and Gallinari, who is listed as a center. Interesting. All right. We are certainly going to have some trades for both of these teams, and for the first time maybe ever, I was not an idiot. I remembered to turn off previously traded draft picks. So every team has their own picks. That's how I typically do it for the fantasy drafts, and that makes the most sense. So there's really no other restrictions outside. I just can't trade between my teams, so no Lakers and Celtics deals. But other than that, it's pretty much free reign to build two God squads. Let's get into some trades. Our first trade of today's video is going to be a deal with the Charlotte Hornets, and it is going to land us Mr. Michael Porter Jr., 25 years old, obviously on a multi-year deal, 84 overall, and we're not giving up a single draft pick to land him. Feels like a really solid first trade. So Mike Conley and Chris Murray are going to be the two pieces that are moved. As I mentioned, kind of opening up this video, Mike Conley is a really solid backup point guard option for us. He's just 36 years old, and the possibility that he retires after one season and I end up losing out on him for nothing is certainly not something I want to entertain. So moving on from him, Chris Murray has to go in the deal. He would have been nice to hang on to, but ultimately between MPJ and Dylan Brooks, our small forward spot here in Boston is pretty much figured out. After moving on from Mike Conley, we are looking for a little bit of an upgrade at our backup point guard spot. We are going to find that option here in a deal with the Indiana Pacers, and it lands us one Ricky Rubio, obviously retired from NBA basketball, but he is still here in 2K, and we are going to go ahead and make the deal for him, sending out Jared Butler and Billy Hernan-Gomez. Both are expiring contracts. Both were neither going to be in our rotation, and we land a guy in Rubio who is a good veteran presence and on the multi-year deal to fill that backup one spot. And then our final trade here with the Celtics is going to be a deal with the Utah Jazz. Svi Mykhailiuk, Malik Beasley, and a 2024 second-round pick are on their way to Utah for 24-year-old, 77 overall, Mr. Isaiah Joe. Now, he is going to be a guy that I'm more willing to kind of commit to with a long-term contract than, say, a Svi Mykhailiuk or Malik Beasley. I think Beasley is obviously a sniper from beyond the arc, but Isaiah Joe is somebody who I think is going to be a better option, say, 2-3 years from now. So that is going to be our final deal here. That one is going to come with Utah. Now we have a couple trades to work on with the Lakers. This is the second trade of today's video that we're going to be making with the Charlotte Hornets, and it feels like the second time that we are just completely ripping them off. Of course, the first time was us with the Celtics acquiring Michael Porter Jr. This is going to be a deal that acquires us Cam Thomas, 22 years old, still on his rookie deal, absolute bucket, and we're giving up Danilo Gallinari, Russell Westbrook, and a second-round pick. So, again, I'm not really sure why they're doing this, but stupid is as stupid does, and thank you very much for my new shooting guard. After moving on from Russell Westbrook, we are now officially in the market for a new backup point guard, and we have found ourselves one at the hands of the Philadelphia 76ers, sending us Peyton Pritchard and Bryn Forbes for Derrick Rose and Eric Gordon. Gordon and Rose are two players that I think it is certainly possible they retire this offseason, while Peyton Pritchard is 25 years old and on a very, very nice contract. So, again, it feels like all of these deals we're kind of getting away. I don't want to say complete murder, but we're getting away pretty much scot-free, not really giving up too much in terms of value, and we are certainly acquiring some value. So, point guard spot is set. It's going to be Thomas and LeVert here at my shooting guard. Paul George and Gary Payton are technically both expiring. If you could not tell, we are at the start of the 23-24 season. I just didn't want to have to go through the trouble of being behind a draft. Like, you got what I mean? If I start at the beginning of the 23-24 season with the 24-25 roster, the draft class is going to be fucked up. You understand my point. We're here at the 23-24 season. So Paul George's extension with the Sixers has not kicked in. Anybody else that signed an extension this offseason, you get it. No, not an extension, a contract. But you get my point. All right, we have a couple more deals here. Let's just keep rolling with it, man. We're going to land ourselves Jonathan Isaac in a first-round pick in 2026 from Robert Covington and Dario Saric. Now, you know what? I think they both could have been somewhat impactful rotation pieces. They are both expiring, and we are going to get an even higher overall, an even younger player on a multi-year deal and a first-round pick here in Jonathan Isaac. So, again, I don't know why teams are being so nice to the Lakers here in 2K. It's typically not how it works in real life, but I think we have one more trade. Final trade before we kick off year one with both of these teams is going to be a trade with the New Orleans Pelicans. We are sending out Andre Drummond and Bryn Forbes for Duron Sharp and Sandro. I cannot pronounce his last name, but obviously Duron Sharp is 3 overalls lower than Andre Drummond, and while I do think Drummond could have been a really impactful player for us here in year one, backing up Bam Adebayo, we are going to get a 21-year-old center who is on his rookie contract. Feels like it makes a lot more sense, you know, looking 2-3 years down the line. So you can get into a conversation who you'd rather have for one season between Drummond and Sharp, but I am not thinking about one season. I'm thinking about multiple. Okay, that is going to be it for trades. I know that is a lot of moving parts. It is probably going to be the busiest part of this video. Let's go ahead and set both rotations. Year one is officially ready to kick off. We have obviously made a lot of moves with both of these teams, and I think we've really solidified the 10-man rotations for both of these squads. Here for Boston, Jamal Murray, Kyrie Irving, Michael Porter Jr., Josh Hart, Miles Turner. You know, it's not a superstar-studded 1 through 5, but there are a lot of nice pieces in here. I think there's going to be a lot of chemistry with this group. Bench unit has improved as well. Dylan Brooks now slides into a 6-man role. You got Nick Richards here as my backup center. Isaiah Joe we brought in. Santi Aldama, and then Ricky Rubio rounding out the 10-man group here for the Celtics. Now we move over to the Lakers. A lot of work done with them as well. You got Kobe White, Cam Thomas, Paul George, Draymond Green, and Bam Adebayo. The bench unit we also significantly improved with Peyton Pritchard, Jonathan Isaac, Karis LeVert, Gary Payton II, and Duron Sharp. So I'm excited for the possibilities with both of these teams. I think these are two teams that should certainly be in the mix here in their respective playoffs, and maybe year one meetup. Who the hell knows? I will see you guys at the end of year one here in both LA and Boston. 54-28. That is how we wrap up year one here with the Celtics. I was just simulating. I peeked back and forth with both of these teams, and I do know for a fact that both of them won 50-plus games. So definitely some good news. We we are in the mix with both teams is the words I'm looking for. SGA is your MVP. 33-6 and 7.5. Here with the Charlotte Hornets, a team that we acquired 2 players with, Cam Thomas, Michael Porter Jr. They kept them both with SGA. Maybe they would actually be a serious threat. Who knows? Victor Wembanyama is a member of the Detroit Pistons. This is probably an image that is causing quite a bit of pain to Pistons fans. You know, new draft lottery just dropped. The Pistons dropped to 5th again. Josh Giddey, 6th man of the year. He is in San Antonio. Wemby also wins Depoy. Obi Toppin, most improved. Luka in a Warriors jersey, your clutch player of the year. And Mr. Joe Mazzulla, coach of the year, typically means it is the best record. All right, let's go over some things. We are the 2 seed. No, not the best record, but it is the 2 seed. Wow, maybe the Charlotte Hornets aren't as incompetent as we once thought, perhaps. Here's a look at the West. We are the 2 seed here with 51 wins with the Lakers. So we're going to go over the numbers with both of these squads right here, see how everybody performed for us. It was Paul George, Cam Thomas, who, again, we got for basically nothing. I'm surprised the Hornets were still that good, even with the players that we acquired. Adebayo, White, Pritchard, Isaac, Green, LeVert, Sharp, and then Peyton over here with the Celtics. It was Kyrie Irving, was incredible. It was him, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Turner, Brooks, Joe, Hart, Richards, Aldama, and then Rubio. So we have first-round matchups with both of these teams. It is going to be the Lakers and the Trailblazers, and it is the Celtics and the Nets. Let's take a look at the Nets here first. Fox, Levine, Okogie, Siakam, and then Lopez. And over here with the Lakers, it is the Portland Trailblazers and Jalen Suggs, Nembhard, Lou Dort, Rob Will. Ooh, Embiid. Interesting. Certainly some challenges here for both these teams. Win in LA, lose in Boston. This is always the toughest part to track. Lose both sides. Not exactly ideal. Oh my God, the Celtics are getting their freaking teeth kicked in right now. Wow. Not the way I wanted this year one to go. The Celtics get swept. They face a play-in team and they lose to said play-in team. Well, now our attention fully turns to the Lakers. Obviously, you know, somehow, even if the Lakers do end up winning it all, this does not count as challenge successfully completed. That, of course, has to happen in the same season. But we're still going to go for it, right? Luka, Caruso, Ben Mathurin, Miles Bridges, Gafford. You got Amen Thompson, P.J. Washington. Wow. Pretty solid squad there in Golden State. We quickly go up 2-0 on them. They do win Game 3 and Game 4. Okay, we win 5, and we do end up winning the series in 6. Us in the 1 seed Pelicans. Tyrese Maxey, Don DiVincenzo, Wagner, Tari Eason. This is the 1 seed? I mean, all due respect to, you know, Tyrese Maxey and Franz Wagner, but they're the squad taking home the 1 seed in the West. Okay. Here goes nothing, man. We split the first 2 on the road. Win Game 3 at home. Lose Game 4. Big Game 5 win. And we are now going to Game 7 for a chance to take on the 76ers here in the NBA Finals. And we lose. Okay. Honestly, not that mad we lost. Wow. Tyrese Maxey, just the face of the league, I guess. I'm not that mad we lost because, again, it would have been fun to, you know, make the NBA Finals, maybe even win one, but ultimately we are, of course, trying to, you know, meet up with both of our teams. So it is time for the first offseason of today's video. You can take a look at some of the retirements right here. We take a look at staff retirements. Popovich calling it a career. CP3, Russell Westbrook both entered the Hall of Fame. Very happy I moved off Russell Westbrook after he ends up retiring. I don't think I've traded for any picks that could possibly be in the lottery this season, so we'll sim through that real quick. We will do a staff signing here with the oh, good God. How much is Darvin Ham paying the developers of 2K? Who is giving this man these ratings? Right? There's no way Darvin Ham has ever been rated that successfully as an NBA head coach. Maybe as an assistant coach. I know he was really successful in some of his assistant tenures, but there's no way that as a head coach, Darvin Ham should have those ratings. Right? I don't think so anyways. That being said, they're pretty good. So I might hang on to them. We had a pretty good season here in LA. I obviously am a pretty big fan of Joe Mazzulla, and he has some pretty good ratings as well, right? This is one of the benefits you get when you successfully randomly spin the 2K generator and land on teams with, one team has a good head coach. The other one has a coach with inflated ratings, if you will. All right, let's check it out. What do we got for the draft pick department? Here with the Celtics, we have 28 overall, and over here with the Los Angeles Lakers, we have 27 overall. So right exactly back to back. Honestly, I'll select somebody with both these teams. Why the hell not? Just see what the hell's going on here. Kyson Joe. Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. I'm thinking Terrence Shannon Jr. might be my guy. He's the one who jumped out at me immediately. I see Filipowski's here. Terrence Shannon Jr. I am going to take Terrence Shannon Jr. And then here with the Celtics, who's my backup center right now? Ooh, do I have a center? Oh, I do. It's Nick Richards. All right, what is really a big need here, if you will? I mean, there's really not anything. I guess maybe the point guard spot if we're potentially looking to replace Ricky Rubio, but there's not really a lot of point guards options here. Tyler Kolokos, yeah, why not? All right, welcome to the teams, respectively. Both of you is going to be a 70 overall and a 71 overall. We now look at team player options. PG declines. GP2 accepts. Wendell Moore Jr. will bring back as well. Here with the Celtics, we are picking up the team option there on Isaiah Joe. So Champagnie, not going to be qualified. Sandro, not going to be qualified. We head up to free agency. First and foremost with the Lakers is the priority of Paul George. He has 11 offers right now, none of which are serious inquiries, I'd say. So we're going to pay PG-13 here. And then with the Celtics, doesn't really look like we have any free agents. Of course, that is kind of one of the benefits for us going and about this rebuild the way we did, right? We wanted to have guys on multi-year contracts so we could be a little bit more flexible come this time of year. So honestly, I'm just going to first and foremost get Paul George back. He agrees to a 4-year, $198 million deal, and that's going to be it here. And then honestly, Champagnie and Kaminsky aren't coming back. So let's get through the moratorium period, take a full look at both of these rosters, and let's see what work we could do to possibly upgrade both these squads. Here with the Celtics right now, and we're looking to maybe make an upgrade at our power forward spot. Now, Josh Hart, when you move him to the small forward spot, goes up 2 or 3 overalls. He is sitting at an 85 right now, and while I certainly think he is an impactful piece on this team, very nice player to have, hustles, does everything the right way. He is not somebody here at 2K that is a make or break player for me. Julius Randle might not fall in that category either, but he is an upgrade in my opinion, and we're going to talk to the Orlando Magic and try to make a deal happen. So I know it would be funny to trade New York Nick for New York Nick, but we're just going to try to get it done. Ricky Rubio and Amir Coffey are both being included in this trade, hypothetically, just to make the money work, and they're not willing to do that. They want Santi Aldama for Nikola Topic. Well, that actually solves my backup point guard issue that I was wondering about. So you know what? We actually will do that deal. Welcome to the team. All right, so Topic will be the new backup for Murray. I know we just drafted Koloko. He very well could be included in another deal right now. But honestly, with the Celtics, I'm just considering running it back, maybe making a small move or two, but nothing really major. Oh, boy. All right, a guy like Haywood Highsmith honestly wouldn't be the worst option for 1 year, so let's bring him in, hopefully, here. Okay, and then honestly, we're just going to run it back with the Celtics and pretty much the moves we made. I know this team got swept, and that's certainly nerve-wracking. Something else that makes me a little bit nervous here is both Julius Randle and Miles Turner will now be entering unrestricted free agency next year, so potentially losing out on one of, if not both, of our front court members next year makes me a little nervous. We might have a move or two here with the Lakers now. Minnesota is willing to trade me Darius Garland for Draymond Green and Gary Payton. In the deal, we also get Isaiah Jackson. That was a pretty much terrible way of explaining it, but we are going to make this trade. Darius Garland is 24 years old, and although I am relatively high on Kobe White, I unfortunately know how his progression goes throughout these videos, and it really never turns up from the 82 overall that he is. So Draymond was always going to be on his way out, never going to be a long-term piece here. And Darius Garland, who is pretty much down in the value department right now. We're picking up on the low, and he does progress very well compared to Kobe White. So excited to have that deal done. Next trade is coming with the Chicago Bulls. Kobe White and Jonathan Isaac heading to Chi-Town for Keegan Murray and Chris Duarte. Now, Keegan Murray is an expiring deal. So is Jonathan Isaac, and Kobe White has multiple years. The only point of this trade is to land ourselves a new power forward. With moving on from Draymond Green, we obviously have a big need there now at our 4, and Kobe White now a little bit more expendable. So excited to add Keegan Murray to this team. I think he's going to be a really nice fit at that 4. We might have a little bit more clearing out to do in terms of just some of the guys we have here with the depth. I am probably going to move on from Karis LeVert. It's not really an age thing. It's just the fact that we're going to have to pay Cam Thomas next offseason. I'd rather maybe move on right now and solidify some of the other positions for us, if you will. So I do have a little bit of a depth issue at some of these spots. We also just picked up Isaiah Jackson. We might have to pick between him and Sharp now that they are both expiring as well. So hang with me. Certainly not my favorite trade in the world, but Julian Strawther goes up significantly if you move him to the small forward spot, and we are obviously looking for a little bit of an upgrade there right now. I ended up picking Isaiah Jackson over Duron Sharp. He's a couple overalls higher. They're the same exact age and have the same exact contract situation. So, yeah, it didn't really matter to me, quite honestly, who was backing up Bam. So, this is going to be our next deal. Strawther is going to get moved to this. Actually, I don't have to move him there, because if you think about it, I am also going to be trading Karis LeVert right now, so Strawther could play the 2 or the 3. I'm also fully aware we just drafted Terrence Shannon Jr., but on a team that was just in the Western Conference Finals and is certainly a contender, I want to have, relatively high overalls playing at every position and every backup. So, another trade, man. Karis LeVert and Isaiah Levers are heading to the Utah Jazz for Saddiq Bey. He is an 80 overall, 25 years old, and is obviously on a multi-year deal. That is the new backup small forward we have been searching for pretty much this entire time. He will be PG's backup. So we're pretty much good here everywhere except, I'd say, the backup power forward spots. If I move Wendell Moore and include Fernando in this deal as well, are there any power forwards out there that are, like, relatively competent? I don't even care if they're on multi-year contracts. I'm just looking for somebody. Ooh, Chayabaji, and I got a first. That's actually probably about as good as it's going to get. All right, I'm cool with that. I think we are officially set with both of these teams now heading into year 2. Let me just confirm that we are all around good here, and that would be a yes. So I'll see you guys in both rotations. I am exhausted after that offseason. That was so many trades. This video has just been a crazy combination of moves so far, but I think they are all moves that have benefited both of these teams greatly. So, here with the Lakers, obviously a couple changes. Darius Garland now our new point guard. Cam Thomas still our shooting guard. This backcourt defensively scares the everlasting hell out of me, but it is what we are going to work with here today. Oh boy, Paul George is regressing. Not something I'm necessarily, surprised about. It's something that's expected throughout these 2K rebuilds, but it is what it is. Keegan Murray is progressing, which is nice to see. So is Garland. I didn't even really mention that. It's awesome to see. And then Bam Adebayo. Bench unit, Saddiq Bey, Peyton Pritchard, Isaiah Jackson, Chayabaji, Julian Strawther. We head over here to the Celtics. Jamal Murray, Kyrie Irving, Michael Porter Jr., Julius Randle, nice new piece at our 4, and then Miles Turner at our 5. The bench unit, I don't think really changed too much here with Dylan Brooks, Isaiah Joe, Nick Richards. Highsmith's a new piece, and Topic is a new piece. So 9 and 10 change here. And, yeah, man, we are good with both these teams once again. Last year was a big success for the Lakers, not so much for the Celtics, and we are hoping that it can be a success for both these teams. SGA wins another MVP. Here with the Celtics, we ended up going 50 and 32. I know the Lakers were actually even better than that. I checked in on them right before the season ended. So it was an up and down ride for the Celtics. I was simming throughout the season with them mostly, and they lost a lot of games, so I'm a little nervous. Alex Sarr, your rookie of the year. He is a member of the New York Knicks. James Harden is your 6th man. He is now a New Orleans Pell. Not now. It's a fantasy draft, and I'm nuts. Wemby, once again, your depoy. Scottie Pippen Jr., most improved player. Luka, once again, clutch player of the year. And Darvin Ham. I knew the Lakers had a good season, and 59 and 23 lands him a coach of the year. Okay, Lakers are the 1 seed. You can see it right there. A full look at the standings here. We are a 2 seed once again with the Celtics. Hornets once again the 1 seed. And our goal right now is to hopefully have 2 really solid playoff runs. Last year we had 1 pretty solid playoff run. And, yeah, let's hopefully it can be 2 this year. Kyrie, Murray, Randall, MPJ, Turner, Joe, Brooks, Topic, Richards, and Highsmith. We head over here to the Lakers. It was Garland, Thomas, Adebayo, George, Murray, Bey. You get the picture at this point. All right, I have to be somewhat careful here. Here's a look at the Spurs, who we have in round 1. Oh, my fucking God. And then here is a look at the Miami Heat, who we have here in round 1. Oh, boy, Devin Booker. Shit, how is this a fucking playing team? What planet is this a playing team? Oh, my God. All right, well, I am already extremely nervous over here in the East. Win game 1 with the Celtics, win game 2. Okay, looks like we're off on the days, but 2-1 and 2-0, 2-2 and 3-0. We are now, oh my God, Lakers win. Celtics going to game 7. I'm blowing the Celtics team up. I'm sick of this shit. All right, Pelicans. This is the team that won it all last year. So they are obviously still a strong group, and our goal is to get as far as we possibly can with the Lakers right now. I mean, it's not the end goal, but it is certainly something that would be fun to achieve. We have yet to lose a playoff game. As we approach the Denver Nuggets here, Jason Tatum, Rudy Gobert, got Desmond Bane in here, Jaime Jaquez. Good team there in Denver. Let's see if we can get the best of them and then make it to the NBA Finals for the first time in this video. We have yet to lose a playoff game. Okay. Tyrese Halliburton in the Milwaukee Bucks. Hallie, Shaden Sharp, Ingram. Oh, my God. This is a very talented team there in Milwaukee. Down 2-0 at the start. Do win Game 3 and Game 4 and Game 5. And just like that, we have a championship here with the Lakers, and Bam Adebayo has a Finals MVP. All right. Well, this was a fun, somewhat successful season. Of course, my Celtics right now are kind of holding this up here in this video, and we're going to have to make some big decisions with them, right? We can also just not assume that running it back with the Lakers is going to work, because even though we got them a championship, it technically doesn't really count for shit. So let's sim through the lottery real quick. It is the Knicks, Wizards, Raptors, Jazz, and then Bulls. Staff signing right now. Like, do I have to consider firing Joe Mazzulla, or just maybe looking, you know what? This could be a fun Stauffer video. I think this is a Stauffer video. As crazy as it sounds, I'm going to hang on to Darvin Ham. We just won a championship. It's pretty hard to move on from your head coach after that. So I love Joe Mazzulla. I mean, he's an absolutely fantastic head coach, but unfortunately, we have had 2 straight first-round exits as a 2 seed. That can't happen. So we move on. Now we head up to the draft. We have the 25th overall pick with the Celtics, and here with the Lakers, we have the 30th. I am probably going to try to trade it with the Lakers. I don't think there's any value of drafting anybody here, unless there's no first. Fuck it, I'll just draft with both of them. Let's just see, who is here. Here with the Celtics. Rocky Zakarsky is actually somebody I've drafted before and had some relative success with, so I'll take him here. Not sure if we actually need a center or not, and then we head up here with the Lakers. Jaren Stevenson, Asa Noel. Ooh, he's actually rated pretty high. All right, we'll take him. Let's head to the end of the draft right now. All right, 70 overall for Noel, 73 overall for Zakarsky. Team player options, oh shit. Randall and Irving, and here with the Lakers, Murray, Strother, and Abaje are all going to be brought back. Qualifying, Cam Thomas, Isaiah Jackson, yes. Over with the Celtics, we have none. We now head up to free agency. A lot of names here, starting out with the Celtics, 5. Kyrie Irving is first and foremost my biggest priority. The entire fucking team is free agents right now. Jamal Murray, oh my God. All right, let's get both of them back. Miles Turner is also unrestricted. But everybody here, 4 out of our 5 starters are unrestricted free agents, which is, or 5 out of 5 are. No, 4 out of 5. All right, Thomas and Jackson are both restricted. I'm just going to pay them both, and then, maybe we'll do a thing or two here. But 4, all brought back. Wait, did Miles Turner not accept? Wait. Oh, wait, no, I didn't offer Miles Turner yet. Okay, I was like, there's no fucking way that he just left us for nothing. I would have lost it. All right, we get it back with the Lakers, and now let's sim one more day here with the Celtics. We have to pay Mr. Turner, and we have to pay Mr. Joe. Over here with the Lakers, we have nobody. All right, we're good here. We can renounce Isaiah Roby, and over with the Celtics, 5 players agreeing to deals worth a whole lot of money. All right, with the Celtics, I know we just brought everybody back, but we still have to make some trades. I'm going to attempt to land Brandon Ingram in a deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. Ultimately, Michael Porter Jr. is a really solid NBA player. We just need to make an upgrade somewhere, and it's going to be potentially at our small forward spot. So we're offering up MPJ, Tyler Koloko in here as well, just to be kind of another piece, if you will. There's really nobody else I'd really, like to include in this deal. I could maybe throw in Zakarsky, but I think I'd rather do draft picks because I have a few sitting here, and then maybe include Zakarsky in another deal. So a couple first-round draft picks here. Oh, my God. Can we get this done with seconds? We cannot. All right. Good God. Good fucking God. We got Brandon Ingram, though. That was kind of my main goal, and we still have a 10-man rotation. I would like to upgrade the backup power forward spot a little bit. And, yeah, these options certainly are not super exciting for me here. So let's just see. Who is my backup small forward right now? Oh, yeah, it's Dylan Brooks. All right. I am going to see if I trade Haywood Highsmith in the 2 first-round picks I have remaining. Tamani Kamara is only 1 overall higher. It's not a significant improvement, but he's also, Jovic. Yes, thank you. All right, I think the Celtics are good enough, right? There's no real reason that this team hasn't won a playoff series yet. There's clearly enough talent here. I don't think that's really debatable. The only thing is maybe just a chemistry issue, but I can't really figure out what it could possibly be. Over here with the Lakers, this is a team that just won the finals. There's really no reason to really hit the panic button too much, if you will. Now, there's something I may consider, and it might be a blockbuster move, and it might be something that ends up being relatively stupid in hindsight, but I'm going to consider my options. I have no idea why the Pelicans are offering me this deal. Tyrese Maxey won a Finals MVP in year 1. He is a 90 overall, and I would be absolutely idiotic not to take this deal. I know it sucks getting rid of Sadiq Bey, but we're picking up Tari Eason, who, in my opinion, is not a crazy change. He's a higher overall at the end of the day. Noel's included as well, but yeah, I know this isn't exactly position for position, and this is certainly going to lead to some more trades, as if we have not already made enough here. And this is a team that did just win the finals. But at the end of the day, Paul George, we know that regression is going to come, and I have to make sure that the Lakers get back to the finals too. So I cannot just stay here and be stagnant and be competent. And, I have to be competent. I can't be incompetent. And that is going to be the deal that lands us Tyrese Maxey. So unfortunately, it means that Darius Garland very well could be on his way out. There's also an argument to maybe just trade Cam Thomas instead, but one of Garland or Thomas is now going to be traded for a small forward. If Lauri Markkanen is going to be the guy, I would certainly add him to this team. Now, Cam Thomas has been fantastic for us, but ultimately, if I had to pick between him or Darius Garland, it is probably going to be Garland. I understand they are both undersized, but we are just going to move Tyrese Maxey to the 2-guard spot where he will also be undersized, right? We won a championship last year with 2 undersized guards, neither of which are very solid defensively. We're not really doing anything but upgrading that position right now. So I like Cam Thomas quite a bit, but if there's a way to land Lauri Markkanen, I'm certainly going to take it. So Terrence Shannon Jr. could also be in this deal. I think if he ends up being, moved on from, it's not the end of the world, and we'll figure out somebody else. All right, we landed ourselves Mr. Lauri Markkanen. We now need to figure out a new backup, either small forward or shooting guard, because Strother can obviously play either. That does not really matter, but yeah, man, I kind of in shock that we just landed ourselves Tyrese Maxey so easy. So let's see, small forward, Isaac Okoro actually would be a nice pickup, I think. Yeah, let's pick up Isaac Okoro. Offering him like $12 million annually, and welcome to the team. All right, Lakers are all set. A lot of move parts there that I didn't necessarily expect. So are the Celtics. Hopefully this is the year that both these teams can meet up in the finals. I think this may have set a record for the most trades I've ever made in one video. We have had so many moving parts throughout this entire rebuild so far. I was not really expecting this many deals, but this is what you get when you let the CPU draft your team for you. Garland, Maxey, Markkanen, Murray, Adebayo. I don't really know why I changed so many things here. I think it was just the worried nature about Paul George possibly regressing even further, but this team is obviously incredibly talented, so not really too worried about the Lakers. Tari Eason now taking over as the 6th man. Got Isaiah Jackson, Peyton Pritchard, Isaac Okoro, and Julian Strother. We are very, very deep here in Los Angeles, and I'd like another very long run. Now here with the Celtics. A little bit more worried about this team. Not because of the lack of talent. That is clearly here. Obviously, the addition of Brandon Ingram and the new head coach and Mr. Mike Stauffer are nice to have, but this is a team that has been very talented throughout both the years of this rebuild, and we've yet to win a playoff series as a 2-seed both times. Murray, Irving, Ingram, Randall, Turner, Benjamin, Brooks, Jovic, Joe, Richards, Topic. I mean, again, both of these teams, very, very good. I am going to sim with the Celtics because I am significantly less worried about them. And if anything, goes very, very wrong, maybe we'll have even more trades. I will see you guys potentially at the end of year 3. 59-23. That is how we wrap up the third and final regular season here with the Celtics. I was periodically checking in on the Lakers. Of course, I was less worried about them, and they were playing very, very well. So, I believe both of these teams should be the 1 seed, and hopefully this is finally the time that it is championship or bust. Kadeen Malik is your Rookie of the Year there in Chicago. Jarris Walker, Chet Holmgren, Scoot Henderson, De'Aaron Fox, Darvin Ham. 69-13. Yeah, Lakers are fine. All right, it is time for the playoffs, and it is hopefully going to be the first time that these teams meet up in the NBA Finals. Both of them take the 1 seed in their respective conferences. Here are the numbers all around. Kyrie, Ingram, Murray, Randall, Turner. I mean, on paper, there's no reason that both of these teams, shouldn't already probably be champions, but it is what it is. All right, here goes nothing. Lakers, we have the Utah Jazz here in round 1. Giannis is here, incredible player. Not really too much to worry about with the rest of that team. Here with the Celtics, we have the Nets. A little bit to worry about here. They are certainly a team I will be keeping my eye on. Lose game 1 in Boston. Win game 2. That's a big one. Win game 3. Up 2-0 over there in Los Angeles. 3-0 and 3-1. Don't do this. 2K, I swear to God. Am I losing my fucking mind? Wow. Wow. I am at a loss. I am. I genuinely am. What about this Celtics team isn't good? This is what happens. All right, we bring Kyrie back to the Celtics, and what happens? He wasn't even bad. I mean, 23 points a game. I mean, maybe would have liked a little bit more. He's 50% from the field. I do not know, right? I do not know. Is there just like too much of the same thing going on? I mean, this can't happen. I need somebody here to step up to the plate. Wow. Well, this one, of course, did not go according to plan. This might be the biggest I've ever failed one of these rebuilds. I'm honestly shocked. I think we're going to run everybody out of the building here with the Lakers. I really do think we are. All right, well, the Warriors are pretty damn good, but my God, what is going on? I didn't even win a series with that Celtics team. Absolutely insane. Insane. I mean, that's really the only way I can describe it. I'm at a loss, man. I'll give myself like a C, I guess, if I was on the grading scale here. I mean, there's no way this team is not good enough to win a single playoff series in a fantasy draft, right? I don't know, man. I do not know. Maybe we'll tackle this one more time, before 2K24 ends. I mean, I know it would be a lot to do it again, basically within the next 3 weeks, but maybe one of the final rebuilds. But my God, man. Just bad. Well, I mean, I'm happy I won 2 championships with the Lakers, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, this is what you get, man. Sometimes you never know the outcomes of these things. You have all these plans in your head, and you think things are going to be on the up and up, and they are just certainly not. So, shout out to the Lakers, man. Shout out to Darvin Ham leading this super team to 2 championships. So, yeah, I guess I failed. I did, but I still had fun. We made a whole lot of trades, and it was certainly a challenge. Letting me a little bit more than I thought it was going to be initially. So, that's it for me, man. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.